Hi, I'm Adam the HipNerd, and in this video I'm going to take the lessons I learned making this 8-inch tom and make a 14-inch snare drum. I also want to make some changes to the design. First, I want to hide the drum head's metal hoop. Second, I want to trim down this flange to have a sort of lobe design where it only sticks out around the tension rods. Normally, drums have lugs bolted to the sides of the shell that the tension rods screw into. On my drum, I have this flange that's actually part of the shell. Also, instead of hardware store nuts and bolts, I'm going to use actual drum tension rods. The tension rods need something to screw into, and I was hoping to find some threaded inserts for wood, but I couldn't find any that matched the tension rod threads, so I got some lug nuts. These have a very small square flange, and the challenge will be making the tiny cutouts to fit them so they sit flush. This time, instead of scrap wood, which is very hit or miss in terms of supply and requires a lot of prep, I'm going to use maple boards from my local hardware dealer. S3S for less fuss and mess. These boards were around 21 to 22 millimeters thick, and my table saw struggled to cut them. I tripped the circuit breaker and the power strip at least once per board. Also, one of these days I need to make an outfeed table. I used my CAD program to figure out the dimensions of the hex ring segments based on the outside diameter of the shell and the shell thickness, flange dimensions, etc. As we all know, hexagons are the bestagons. If you like hexagons, please like and subscribe. If you think some other polygon is best, put it in the comments and then like and subscribe. I made this adjustable angle jig to make it easier to cut the pieces for the hex rings. I still struggled to get it right though, and I had to resort to getting the angles so the pieces just overlapped a little, then cutting off the overlap. As I made more rings throughout the build, I found the exact right angle to use, but either way, I got it to work. I glued the hex rings into stacks that will, layer by layer, become the shell. There are 3 different parts that need to be cut. The top and bottom parts, which have the flanges for the lug nuts and the bearing edges for the heads. These require multiple tool changes to cut the basic shape, the bearing edge, and the holes for the lug nuts. The middle shell pieces, which require only one tool, and the rims, which take one tool to cut the basic shape and another for the holes for the tension rods. The way the drum shell is milled from the hex rings, I need to have a reference point for the center to zero the CNC machine to. And because I have to be able to flip the piece over and cut from the other side, I need that reference point to be the same on the other side. So I made a simple center jig and drilled a hole straight through to mark the center on both sides. Because the hex rings are not all perfectly the same size due to my issue getting the angles exactly right, I have to custom make this jig for each stack. I've tried to figure out some sort of adjustable jig, but couldn't think of anything that would work as well as just cutting these to fit. It's all just scrap wood, but it is a little wasteful and time consuming. I forgot that I needed a cutout in one of the rims for the snare straps to go through. I could have handled this a little better, but it came out okay. For the pieces that need holes drilled from the top and the bottom, I realized that I needed to keep the same orientation, so I had to line up the same face when I flipped the piece over.
Expected to lose, but the manner in which we lost was truly heartbreaking. We lost.
I did an initial sanding on all parts before glue up, and then did a final sanding afterwards. Bake for 30 minutes at 320 degrees. Then sand, finish, and attach the snare hardware and snares. It was pointed out to me afterwards that the tension rod sticking up above the rim is an issue, so that will be fixed in the next version. chopsticks, please. I thought I was done, but I realized I need to make a badge. I made it too big. Dang it. Okay. Alright, so it now fits. I could put it either here or maybe here where it's clear of the tension rods. I think I like it here. Before I go, I have a special guest for this video, Kevin Winard, a professional drummer and educator who has his own YouTube channel, Kevin's Beats and Eats. Kevin was kind enough to give me feedback on my drum and allow me to record him playing it. I'll put a link to Kevin's Beats and Eats in the description. And here is Kevin Winard playing this brand new HipNerd 14-inch maple snare drum.
Okay.
Sweet. Thank you very much.
Yeah.